Yeah, good evening, guys. You said it, an absolutely beautiful day all around. If you look behind me, you can see the sun is starting to set, but that's not stopping the heat. Local media calling today the hottest day of 2023 so far. And this heat today has been quite dry, and this could be because of the red flag warning that was issued this morning for that fire in southeastern Wisconsin. We'll talk about that and more after the break. Yeah, guys, this was an announcement that came as quite a surprise for some, but for others, not so much. If you take a look behind me, you can actually see the restaurant is currently open, and just before the show, we saw some students filing into the restaurant to take advantage of these last couple of weeks that it will be open. Now, I spoke to many students yesterday, and they call it a campus staple, but it's important to note that this campus staple has been at risk of closure before. Back in the fall of 2021, Barstool Marquette even posted on their Instagram saying that students needed to eat there to support. Now, obviously, fast forward to present day, and Tim, John, the unfortunate has come to a reality, and Sobelman's will be shutting its doors. Not the way anyone had envisioned Engineering Week coming to a close. I'm actually holding a piece of that bumper here that flew off of that vehicle when it was traveling south on 17th Street, running a red light and colliding with that Eagle that was traveling east on Wisconsin Avenue. Take a look behind me. You can still see some of the damage that was done to the engineering building. You see that boarded up glass and that boarded up window here. Now, we spoke to some of those crews that were working on this window, and they told us that it's going to take some time to repair. It may not look like much, but the damage was pretty significant. Now, fortunately, that driver behind the Eagle Express van was not harmed, but we did speak with a passenger who was identified as J.P. Vargas, a sophomore in the College of Business Administration, who sustained just a plethora of injuries. I got a chance to speak with him just a day after the accident, and he told me that his main concern was just getting into contact with his family in Panama and letting him know he was okay. Now, upon impact, Vargas flew directly into the seat in front of him, and that's where he got all of those injuries. So obviously a very scary moment here, but certainly one that could have been a lot worse. Emily? The African Student Association returns to campus after a hiatus. The organization is back this year with the help and support from the university. This upcoming year will be held this Tuesday, March 2nd, and tonight we have both sets of candidates in our studio. The president and executive vice president elected will serve as the official representative leaders of MUSG and represent the student voice of Marquette University to the Board of Trustees. Here in Memorial Library's reading rooms, the history is written on the walls and on the bookshelves.
We're actually going to ship our books to Baker and Taylor, and what they're going to do is see if anyone needs them or wants them. They'll sell them. Those that don't sell will be recycled.
But you won't have to go dumpster diving to pick up your favorite book. What Dean Bayarjan is referring to is duplicates.
You know, libraries just, you don't typically have that.
Lots of duplicates.
Over 10,000 duplicate books in our collection.
And while the collection is shrinking, the library is growing. In February of 2022, the Lamonas Center for Student Success was announced, and it will replace the current reading rooms where those books are housed.
We're excited because it's an opportunity for students, even more students, to be exposed to the ways that we can help students when they're doing their research.
And while some are excited, others are on the fence.
My one concern is if there's a certain book that a student needs that used to be available and you look on the website, claims that's still available and isn't anymore, that could be a little bit troublesome, especially if you need it for a project.
But for now, the only project students will have to worry about is the one going on in the quietest part of the library. Now, the university has stated that students who study in Memorial Library will have to get used to some unexpected noise. Marquette is separated into two libraries, with Rayner Library behind me being the more discussion-based library and Memorial being on the quieter side. I'm TJ Dysart, Marquette Wire News. At Bradford Beach, the waves are crashing against the shore, providing a scenic backdrop. But the usual hustle and bustle of beachgoers seems to be missing.
Somebody had a gun, and they were either shooting at somebody or like they were just waving it around. It was just, people were just like running everywhere. It was just insane.
That was the last time Aaron Esser ever stepped foot on Milwaukee's only major beach.
It was like broad daylight, and he just decided to wave a gun around.
And she says that until the city enacts stricter guidelines, she won't be heading there, even with the summer temperatures approaching.
That's not somewhere that I'm comfortable bringing my friends, people that I care about.
With summer still 2 months away, there have already been reports of crime on Bradford Beach, including 2 shootings and a body pulled from the lake. Now on a day like today where it's 40 degrees with a lot of wind chill, nobody's really going to be coming out to Bradford Beach. But with summer temperatures on the horizon, Marquette students and Milwaukee residents are hoping that Bradford Beach steps up their safety game.
Yeah, I suppose that there could be some kind of lifeguard system that might be available to make me feel more safe. Someone to both watch what's going on in the water, on the beach, and any suspicious activity kind of coming into the space as well.
But on the flip side, Robertson says that there will have to be a fine line between security and accessibility for those in Milwaukee.
It's kind of hard because I want everyone to feel, very accessible, not have an issue of, gates or anything, because I want to keep it, very available for the community.
But for now, students will have to wait and see come summertime. I'm TJ Dysart, Marquette Wire News.